Welcome to the Jedi Ranger. I'm JohnBray555, and today I'm continuing my series of Mash Retro reviews with Season 4, Episode 3, Change of Command. Now, I do want to address that Change of Command is the third episode because the first episode, Welcome to Korea, is a two-parter. Even though I reviewed and watched it as only one episode, it still counts as two episodes, making this the third episode of Season 4 and the 75th episode overall. But let's actually talk about the episode. This is when Colonel Potter takes command. It actually opens up with seeing a little bit more of Frank's command style. Very authoritarian. He's talking about putting enlisted men in their place. You know what he's doing there. And Radar gets the mail, but he doesn't go to Frank immediately like Frank wants. He goes to distribute the mail because in there is a letter from command in order informing them that they're getting a new commanding officer. And Frank does initially hold himself together when he hears the news in the mess tent. And then he breaks down having a temper tantrum when he goes into Margaret's tent. And then he goes AWOL while Colonel Potter arrives. Colonel Potter, is regular army, so I should address that because when they first, mainly BJ and Hawkeye, hear that they're getting a new CEO, Frank is being replaced, they're happy until they see that that Potter has USA, which is United States Army, which means regular army after his name, not a draftee. So yeah, so they're not so happy about that. But by the end of the episode, they're fine because one, we learn about who Potter is, which makes sense. This is the introduction, so we're gonna have to learn. We learn that he joined the army during World War I by lying about his age, eventually became an officer, so he was originally enlisted, that he had a still at one point during World War II, and all that. So, it's like, yes, he's regular army and all that, but at the same time, you can definitely, they show that he may be regular army, but he's not a jerk about it. And I think that's a great way of describing it. Frank is a joke about it, and he's not regular army. He's a draftee or a reservist, depending on if you were talking about the movie or not. But the point being is they're showing that Colonel Potter may definitely be more formal in terms of military, but he also can come to understand that, okay, certain things can't always be done the military way. Like, he's perfectly fine with Hawkeye and B.J. having a still. He drinks with them and things learn about. And, he agrees also to let Klingo continue to wear his dresses. Because while there's other episodes where Klingo is wearing the proper uniform, including Welcome to Korea where he's just wearing a hat, in this episode it's established that if he's wearing the full uniform, he basically mentally gets a hive, gets an itch. And because Hawkeye rightfully identifies his civilian clothes, be it regular civilian clothes for a man back in the 1950s, or just the female clothes he wears to get out of the army, is his defense against the system. Very astute, and with how Klingo has typically been portrayed. And Hawkeye gives Klingo the advice that to wear a slip under his uniform, and he does. Only half a slip because that's his best slip. Which is kind of fun, like, he took the best slip literally instead of wearing a full one. But at the end of the episode, they talk Potter into letting Klingo continue wear dresses. And the thing is, doesn't matter too much, Klingo gets his jobs done, so let him wear whatever he wants. Especially if it prevents him from, not being itchy, not having a rash, which actually interferes with his duties, unlike his whatever he wants to wear. I'm just saying. But overall, this is a good episode, a good introduction to Colonel Potter. We learn, of course, more about him in future episodes. But, like any establishing episode, especially introducing a new character, we need to learn who that character is. It's kind of similar how in the previous episode, we learned who BJ is as well. Also, there's this great scene as well where Colonel Potter is basically talking with the officers, which, by the way, is only Margaret, Father McKay, Hawkeye, and BJ, because Frank went AWOL. All the nurses are technically officers, so shouldn't they be there? And I'm sure there's a few other officers as well in camp. I'm just saying, but it's just our main character officers. And there's a scene where after going over Margaret's record, Potter says, Major Frank Burns, and Mark responds, "Just friends, so." It's kind of funny because if you know the context, I wonder if Potter picked it up. I'm sure he's seen a few things being in the military for so long. But overall, this is a good episode. I think, like I said, it sets up things very well, reintroduces us to our established characters in this new dynamic. And overall, I think it does a good job for getting us fully ready for season 4 of MASH. But that's where I'm going to leave my review. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching my video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give this video a like and share. Also, consider subscribing to my channel to stay up to date on all my latest content. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. May the force be with you, always.